and welcome to The Signal Live. Alongside Brandon McGinnis, I'm Miranda Ham. Since we were away at the ACP National College Journalism Convention last week, we are going to start out with a little bit of some catch-up to keep you in the know on what is happening on and around campus.
The CSU is set to relaunch the university's website with a new look on March 24th. Over the last 9 months, Associate Vice President of Communications and Public Affairs Dave Tonelli headed the redesign of the website and explained the motivation for the relaunch, saying, quote, "It's the front door to the campus and the front door to the brand of university, and we look very dated in our web presence right now. We're moving to a more contemporary presentation and also one that visually conveys the beauty of the campus," end quote. The new site employs audience-based navigation in order to present site visitors with the most relevant information. Users can select if they are alumni, community members, faculty members, or students.
If you're in need of an iPad, then we have good news for you. The Vosh Library now has iPads available for students to check out with their Warrior ID card. There are no restrictions on how students may use the iPads. It is a personal choice whether to use them for academics or entertainment. A grant through a CSU-wide program called Alternative Learning Solutions provided the money to pay for the 10, 16-gigabyte 4th-generation iPads last May. Students interested in checking out an iPad can visit the circulation desk in the library and ask if one is available. Students can use the tablets for up to 4 hours before they must be returned, or a $10 per hour fee is charged if tablets are returned late. Useful apps available on the iPads include Prezi, iTunes U, Khan Academy, and Blackboard. Once tablets are returned, a computer at the circulation desk automatically wipes each individual student's data clean from the device, restoring it back to its original library settings.
Moving on to this week's stories, 4 CSU Stanislaus students joined the university president, Joseph Sheely, and Associate Vice President of Communications and Public Affairs, Dave Tonelli, last Wednesday in Washington, D.C., to lobby federal legislatures for their support of the CSU system. This year, 5 universities allied their administration with their respective associate student organizations to discuss across-the-board issues. These campuses were CSU Bakersfield, Stanislaus, Fresno, San Bernardino, and Channel Islands. President Sheely addressed some key issues for CSU Stanislaus, including veteran services, Pell Grants, and student loans. Though the visit was short, ASI Warriors Street Team Lobby Chair Tamara Hall managed to relay the importance of the Promise Scholars Program and work study through anecdotes of student stories. The impact of CSU Hill Day on the federal legislatures will be revealed over the year through their voting on higher education bills.
The truth about housing for the Greek system at CSU Stanislaus has been uncovered. The so-called brothel bill is a myth. Rumors have circulated through Turlock that the reason CSU Stanislaus does not have a row of houses belonging to the sororities and fraternities on campus, a Greek row, is due to an outdated ordinance. This ordinance is commonly and falsely referred to as a brothel bill. While the city of Turlock does have zoning regulations stating that adult entertainment is not permitted in residential districts, and size restrictions refer to occupancy as, quote, one family or multiple families. Nothing in writing restricts how many people, related or not, can reside in one residence in Turlock. No ordinance states that a certain number of residents equate a brothel. The brothel bill, according to false stories circulated through California, Colorado, Illinois, and other states all over in the country, is an ancient policy stating that a given number of people living together who are not related by blood or marriage constitutes a brothel. The existence of an actual brothel bill was debunked by Barbara Mickelson, co-creator of Snopes.com, which is known for investigating the validity of urban legends. The lack of presence Greek housing has in Turlock all comes down to finances and what it would take for the houses to be, quote, official in the eyes of CSU Stanislaus.
If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend or next weekend, come out and see the Monologue Show at CSU Stanislaus Studio Theater. The show is, quote, an evening of original, very personal, highly entertaining, and quite funny monologues. It is directed by Amy Seeley and written and performed by 8 CSU Stanislaus students. You can see the Monologue Show March 6th through the 8th and the 13th through the 15th at 8 p.m., as well as March 9th and 16th at 2. General admission is $10 and $8 for seniors, students, and CSU faculty and staff. Students who live in housing can get tickets for free, by stopping by the housing office or the ASI office for a voucher.
Well, that concludes our show for today. As always, you can find these stories and more by picking up your copy of The Signal outside all major buildings on campus. Thanks for joining us today. For Brandon, I'm Miranda, and we will see you next week.